Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, family. How you guys doing? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone is doing well today. It's beautiful out here in New York. Finally stopped raining for a little bit. Been waiting for this moment. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I am packing to go to Florida again. Somebody close to me lost their son. So, there's a funeral. Oh, God, I'm shaking. Then my dad is having a procedure. So there's that. And I spoke to him last night and he told me that he wishes I could stay longer. So I think I'm going to change my ticket too. So good afternoon, everyone. Hi, it's Action Jacqueline, your fellow alopecia princess and big bald headed sister. How you guys doing today? I'm not in the best of sentiments at the moment because I don't know, I got a lot to do. Like I said, someone close to me lost their child, which is really sad. So there's a funeral. I was in Florida just the other day, actually, like last month or something. Yeah, last month, right? March. And I didn't expect to be back that soon. Y'all, ever since lately, like over the past couple of weeks, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been like really emotional. Way more emotional than I'm used to being, let me tell you. And for some reason, I think it's because I'm here on the internet and I speak about things that I normally don't speak about. I don't know if I told you this before. Well, I did tell you this before, but a lot of you are new. Hi, guys, whoever's new. Thanks for joining me. Um, I did tell you this before, but I don't like going outside without my wig because I don't like people asking me about my condition, right? I have alopecia universalis, by the way. I don't like people asking me about my condition because the conversation is not controlled outside. So if I answer someone's question, somehow it's always followed with another question and it becomes a thing. And I don't like discussing things like that because they actually they hurt. I mean, it's not even the fact that people are asking me the questions, it's that they're actually asking me to tap into an emotion that I don't like to tap into. So I think notice lately that I'm getting bad at that. I'm getting bad at suppressing my feelings. I know it's not good to suppress your feelings, but it's how I coped like my entire life. That's how I've always coped is by just telling myself my feelings don't matter. I got to get through the day. Feelings don't matter. Got to get through the day. When I was a child, like I was never allowed to stay home from school because, I was sad or, the kids were bullying me. I just had to keep going through. So there was no time to worry about my feelings. Just go to school, get good grades, or do as well as you can because you're going to school anyway, regardless of if you're being bullied, regardless of what. And I went through my whole life doing that. And lately, it's just been harder for me to suppress my emotions. And every time I open my mouth to talk about something, I want to cry. Like, I'm going to cry right now. I don't know why. Like, I've never been this way before. And it's so weird. I guess there's enough emotions in me now that there's no more space to suppress it. It's wild. There's no more space. But anyway, in attempt to not start tearing up, because I cried the other day during a live. What the hell? I never cry. I'm not a crier. Like that shit is so weird. I cried during the live, and I was so unattractive. I'm not a pretty crier. Like, don't make me cry. I'm an ugly crier. Oh, who's this? Coyote Kawhi says, "Oh no, same. If you like the vibes of this live, hit like and subscribe." You artsy fartsy. Thanks for looking out. Your name is hilarious. I don't know if I want to keep saying it because I don't like using the word fart. But it's okay to tell people no. No is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone an explanation. It's true. That's what Artsy Fartsy just said. Um, David Goggins' sister? I don't even know who David Goggins' sister is, but hey, I'm sure that was like, what was that? What was that, David? G. Oh, that's G who's speaking. I don't know what that means. But anyway, yes, it is okay to tell people no. But it's the fact that people that I have to tell people no. Do you ever notice that that's a problem too? Like telling people no. I've had friends who I've had to cut off because I've had to tell them no too often. Have y'all ever experienced that? Like I recently just ended a friendship, and it wasn't all because of that. Of course, there were other things that led to it. But I noticed this particular friend would ask me things that she knew I would say no to, and then ask again after I've already said no. And the constant me having to turn her down all the time got on my nerves. Like it was enough to just make me say, you know what? I need to rethink this friendship because what the hell? How many times do I have to say no to you before you just get it? Before you just get it. You know what I mean? Anyway. And it's not like the friend was somebody who I had a hard time talking to. Like I could definitely explain to the friend why I'm saying no, you know, she in case she asked, which she always did. Like I wasn't afraid to talk to her or anything like that. It was just annoying to have to constantly tell someone no. You know, I have kids. I have kids, and when I was when I was raising, when they were small, they would ask me things all the time, and I would just have to be like, no, 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 no. And that was tiresome because honestly, I would like to say yes to everything. Of course, I could buy you. I want to buy you this. Of course, I want to buy you that. Of course, I want to take you here. Of course, I want to take you there. But I can't do everything. So it's like constant no, no, no. It's tiresome. You know what I mean? Artsy Farsi says, then I feel bad because the last three people probably got the brunt of my frustration. Let me tell you something, Artsy Farsi. The reason why I stopped going outside ball because it was at one point a mission of mine. I thought that it would make me a more complete person if I just lived my daily life bald headed like this instead of putting the wig on. And I really felt like it was going to somehow make my life better. But I tried it for a while and it didn't because all I was doing was just constantly telling people no, constantly giving people attitudes. And it got to the point where I would bring it home. I would come back home and I'd be fatigued just from spending the day telling people no, telling people to stop asking questions, finding snazzy and interesting ways to answer questions. It just got tiresome. So I was like, you know what? Give me my wig back. Give me my wig back because I'm tired. So yeah, that's the reason why. And now I think it's worse because, I mean, not that I do it. I haven't been out without my wig in a long time. But just being here on the internet and talking about things, I'm tapping into emotions that I don't typically tap into. And I'm like, I can't not cry anymore. I'm going to cry right now. What the fudge? I'm tired. I don't want to cry. I'm not an attractive crier. I'm not doing that to myself. Oh my God. User 1963 says, you're naturally beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'm here. Anyway, I didn't come on to talk about crying, honestly. I came here to talk about wigs. Today is Wig Wash Wednesday. Oh my God, I can't get my lash on today. Oh, I know why. I forgot to add the glue. Today's Wig Wash Wednesday, so I have decisions to make. I have a couple of wigs that I was considering throwing away because, you know, wigs don't last forever. No wig lasts forever. You do have to decide, you know, when it's time to expire that piece. And there's some pieces, a couple of pieces that I have now that I'm deciding whether or not I want to keep. The game has changed ever since Trump put this 145% tariff on all goods coming out of China. And as you know, 80% of the wigs that come into the United States, that are sold in the United States, come from China. So the wig prices are going up, right? So I can't just be as haphazard as I am with my wigs as I used to be. I mean, there was a time when I would take a wig and cut it, no problem. I would take a wig, rip it apart, no problem. I mean, like I was running through wigs. It was like money was easy. I don't know. Those days are done. Those days are done. So I have to take a little bit more time with my wigs before I say, okay, throw this in the trash. So hopefully you guys can help me with that. Also, I'm doing my wardrobe again because, well, it's the beginning of a new season and I do my wardrobe every season, right? And also, now that I spend more time bald, since I'm going online bald headed all the time, sorry, y'all. I have to find clothes that actually suit me as a bald person because the same clothes that I wear with my wigs don't typically work as a bald girl, you know? Oh, let me go into these comments. Sorry, guys, I'm missing you. I'm missing you. Hang on. RC Farsi says that seems exhausting. I guess you're talking about like going out and being questioned constantly about the hair, constantly. And it's not even appropriate all the time to always have an attitude because a lot of the people who approach me are coming from sincere places. Some of them are kids. I'll never forget this one time. There was this little boy with his mom, and I heard him say, like, because somehow I'm very tuned into everything that's going on. That's another thing too. I wish I could turn off the noise, but I don't know how to. I'm very in tune with what I hear, what I see. Maybe it's because I'm a New Yorker, right? But like some little kid, like he was way off in the corner. I don't even know how I heard him, but I heard him say, "Mommy, that lady's bald," right? And like from that point, I just knew this child was going to approach me, right? So I had to ready myself to go talk to some kid, right? I sound so mean at the moment. But anyway, let me tell you how it went down. So the little kid says, "Oh, mom, that lady's bald," and the mother says, "Well, you never know why she's bald. I'm sure she's a very nice lady. You can ask her." Right? She's one of these parents who encourage her kids to talk to strangers. Listen, I'm sure she doesn't mind. I hear the whole thing, and it's a crowded space too. I believe I was like in a park. Oh, I wasn't in a park. I was at the train station, and there was a park like right across the street. So it was kind of a busy day, right? And so the little boy, the woman says to the little boy, "Oh yeah, I'm sure she seems like a very nice lady. You can ask her. You can ask her." So she walks her son over to me, and then the son says, "Excuse me, my mommy says something. She said, my mommy says that do you have cancer or something like that." I don't know what happened. I don't know what the conversation was exactly, but I just could not believe that this woman is teaching her son to be annoying. So not only are you annoying, but you're raising an annoying child. Because I would teach my kids, listen, don't stare. When we go home, we can Google all the reasons why a woman might be bald. Okay? Because we're not going to go harass a stranger on the street to ask her questions. It was so tiresome. Anyway, I just went on a tangent. Sorry, y'all. Artsy Fartsy says, they don't understand that 30 people already asked me the same thing the same day. Like, who? Artsy Fartsy, are you my mirror? Are we the same people? You're hilarious. I love you. Plus Sloman, what does it say? Pius Sloman says, "Hi, good morning. Good morning." He says, "I'm beautiful. Thank you very much." Pius Sloman. I hope I'm not butchering your name. Is it Pius? Pius Sloman or Pius? RC says, "For real, just letting it out makes us feel better sometimes." Exactly. Like, and I noticed that, like, I can't not cry. Like, you know what happened? Like I said, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to go take my dad to his appointment. I'm going to go to his funeral. And my husband was just like, "Well, why didn't you tell me what's going on with your dad?" I'm not going to talk about what's going on with my dad here because I'm not going to cry. I'm just not doing that. But I thought about it. I'm like, damn, I didn't even tell my husband. Damn, I have a problem. Like, I didn't even tell my husband. What? It's not like I'm scared of my husband. I don't like talking to my husband. I just don't like tapping into emotions because then it becomes real. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. RC says, "Wig Wash Wednesday." Oh, yeah. Thank you for keeping me on task. Okay. Celia J says, "Hi, you're pretty." Hey, Celia. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, so it is Wig Wash Wednesday. I'm trying to decide which wigs I should keep, which wigs I should throw away. Because honestly, I would have, if you asked me the same question 6 months ago, I would have thrown this wig away already. And I would have thrown, this one is new. This one is newish. I wouldn't have thrown that one away. And I would have thrown this wig away already. I think I might actually have to throw this one away. So you guys can let me know if you think I should throw it away based on the reason why I think I should throw it away. By the way, it's wet right now. The wig is still a little bit wet. So if it looks stringy, it's because it's wet. All right, so I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to ask you guys if you would throw this away, okay? Oh, look how bald that is. Oh, yeah, that's going in the trash. Yeah, that's going in the trash. This guy, by the way, guys, this is, what wig is this? Oh, this is the LUHD Super Wig. Woo, that is a bald wig. This is like experiencing alopecia all over again. Okay, so just so you know, this is the LUHD Super Wig. Let me see if I can find the card for this wig. Oh, this is it right here, right on the top. Okay, so this is it, right? It came 31 inches long. And at 31 inches long, this wig could not stand up. It could not stand up. The fibers are just not strong enough to carry that much length. So I wore it this length for one day. And then I realized right away it just got too tangled, too frizzy, too fraggled at the ends. So I cut it down to like probably like 22 inches, or what is this, like 25 inches, right? So I cut it down to 25 inches, and I wore it that way for 2 days until I realized it was happening again. The shedding, the frizzing, the napping, it was just ridiculous. So then I cut it down here, and I found that at this length, it works really, really well, right? So I was able to wear it at this length for probably close to two and a half weeks. 2.5 weeks of wear. And by 2.5 weeks, I'm talking about wears. Okay, because this wig is definitely older than 2.5 weeks. But I've worn it a total of about 18 times. So it held up well for a $45 wig. But it is time now, because I did talk about the shedding initially. That was my biggest issue with it initially. So it's time now to throw this in the trash, even though I just wasted all that shampoo on it. That's okay. What do you guys think? I'd just like to hear what you guys think in the comments. Celia. Oh, I'm sorry. So nobody's answering any questions about this wig, but I'll wait until you hear something. Okay, so I have the wig again. When I first bought that wig, I bought like 5 of them at the same time because I just really liked the wig. I don't think I'll ever do that again, like buying so many wigs at the same time. But this is the wig again at a shorter length. I've worn this fewer times, only because the shorter length is a bit smart looking for me. You know what I mean? Kind of like presidential. I like to look a little whimsical. There it is again. Let me move this out the way. It's a little smart looking, but it probably has a little bit more hair left on it because I wore it less. Yeah, I think this one has to go as well. What y'all think? But I do like it at this length. My best friend, she thinks this is the length it should be at. She loves it at this length. She's like, definitely, that's you. I think in general, now that the age I'm at now, I need to be wearing shorter hair. I can carry longer hair, but it has to be fresh. It has to be a fresh wig that has not experienced too much shedding yet. Because once it starts looking thin, like this one, this is my Zara wig by John Renault. This is my very favorite wig. This is not the best representation of the wig because I've worn this wig about 40 times by now. And it is thin compared to when I first bought it. And I feel like it's a little too thin now. And it's giving me that kind of like old lady look because, as you get older, your hair does get thinner. If you had hair. I don't have hair. But you know what I'm saying, right? But your hair does get thinner. And I think that's why most people cut their hair is because long styles just require a density that older women just don't naturally have typically. I mean, some women are lucky if they just have a ton of hair for their whole lives, but I think that's an anomaly. What y'all think? You think I should cut this wig or should I keep it long? Also, I want to mess around with the part. I mean, the hairline, because I feel like I don't know what I did to this hairline. I think I butchered it somehow. I'm gonna get over here to the TikToks. Okay. And every time I look at the wig, I feel like, especially since I just washed it, it looks so fresh. Y'all, I had told you in another video that to try to wash your hair less. At one point I was washing my wigs every single day. I know that was excessive, but the wigs just look so good when they're fresh. The hair just looks so pretty, especially longer wigs. And did y'all know? Did y'all know that cheaper wigs collect more dirt than more expensive wigs? It's true. They definitely do. I actually Googled it. So there's actual reasons to explain. If y'all want to hear the reason for that, I'll tell you. What? My phone doesn't recognize me. That's another thing. My phone doesn't recognize me when I put my wig on. What is going on? But yeah, I Googled it. It says the reason why. Hang on, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, I lost it. Oh. Well, anyway, I can't find it, but it says the reason why cheaper wigs collect more dirt than more expensive wigs is because the fibers attract more static electricity and the static pulls in the dirt. So I've noticed that before, especially when I was, doing the daily washing. I would be like, my God, why does this wig get so dirty so fast? And it's because it's a cheaper wig. Some wigs don't need to be washed as much. Definitely when my wigs are new, I don't have to wash them every day. When they're brand new, I could wash them like every 4 or 5 days, sometimes every 6 days. So now I'm learning. I still want to wash my wigs all the time. I filmed a video just like 2 or 3 days ago in this wig. This is my brand new wig, which by the way, I don't think I'll ever buy again. It's just not giving, this wig. And look, it sheds. This is the Sensational wig by Tressalure. It's a high-end synthetic. Cost me $260. I don't hate it, right? I don't hate it. I don't like feel the need to toss it in the trash or anything like that. I know how to work it. It's just that for the price, my Zara wig, which I just had on, it's better. It's better and it's cheaper. My Zara wig by John Renault, I get it for like $230, between $220 and $230. I usually get it when it's on sale. So they have a sale once a month. These the high-end synthetics go on sale about once a month and they do like a 30% off sale. I don't know what that's going to look like in the coming months, with the tariffs and stuff like that. But because I definitely noticed that wig prices have increased already. Even my Zara wig, I just bought 2 of them in preparation because I don't want to be stuck spending, almost $60 more for a wig. So I bought 2 of my Zara wigs. I don't even know what I was just saying now. Completely lost my train of thought. I like the wig. But and I also can't find my curling iron. This is not the curling iron. Anyway, so I have to decide. So we've decided that we're going to throw away the LUHD Super Wigs. I decided that based on trying it on and noticing that oh my God, so much balding, right? So yeah, those are going into the trash. I'm going to throw this away right away because for some reason, if I don't throw it away right now, I'm going to change my emotions about it. I really don't like tossing wigs in the trash, especially when I enjoy them, but they got to go. All right, it went into the bin. Yay me. 2 less wigs to worry about. Okay, so now I think I've decided this one is a newish wig. I've worn this wig now probably a total of 10 times. I still call that newish because I expect to get 30 wears out of my high-end synthetic. For the budget wigs, like the LUHD, I threw away those $40 wigs. I'm happy if I get 10 days out of those. If I get 10 days out of those, then I got my money's worth. Don't know what those are going to be costing in the future, or if it will even make sense for me to continue to buy them. But for now, 10 days is enough. If they continue to cost $40 to $50. I got my lipstick back. I ordered it again. Love this color. I had run out. So this is Flamingo by MAC. It's the Maximilian Matte. Yeah. So also I'm deciding on my wardrobe. I can't find my good curling iron. I have another curling iron. Oh, I remember where I put it. I was rushing to clean up one day and I stuck it behind the sofa. Forgot about that. Okay, let me go get it. When my husband comes home from work, I like the house to look spotless, like if I'm a perfect housewife. So I shoved it. Behind the couch. Because let's all strive for perfection, right? Okay, so this is the... Oh, I forgot they don't have the name. This doesn't name. I'll try to link... After I upload this video later, I will try to link the name of this curling iron. This is a great curling iron, y'all, because it has a temperature gauge that goes all the way down to 190. So I can 195. 195. Can you see that? Too much light, right? No, you can't see that. But it goes all the way down to 195 and all the way up to like 410 or something like that. And it's perfect because I can curl any wig with it. My non-heat defiant wigs as well as my heat defiant wigs. I don't wear human hair wigs. I talked about that in another video just recently because, I have to buy 5 wigs before the price increase hits the stores, because a lot of stores have started stocking up their inventory. They did that in preparation for the price hike so that they could try to help their customers as much as possible, and keep prices as low for as long as possible as they can. So fortunately, we have a little bit of time before we actually see the price hikes in the stores, right? But eventually they are going to go up. They are going to go up and we're going to see those price increases. Some of us already have. I know Temu and Shein, they raised their prices. And on the Breakfast Club the other day, some girl called in and said that she was buying a bundle of hair and it costs $70 more, she said, than it normally costs. So, it's getting scary outside, y'all. So I'm preparing. I'm like stocking wigs the way we stock canned food. Teabag says, hi, babes. Hi, Teabags. Kevin says, are you a natural blonde? Hey, guys, if you are there, you guys want to help me explain to Kevin what kind of blonde I am? Kevin, I'm not a natural blonde. I'm a natural bald. Thank you for asking, and I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. I get a kick out of that. I apologize. But okay, so this one is, like I said, the Sensational Wig by Tressalore. This one is a heat-friendly synthetic. And I can use heat on it, but I try to keep the heat low anyways. Jacqueline says, I have a question, but I don't, let me see, know how to ask it. Anyway, you're beautiful. Is your question, do I have cancer? No, I don't have cancer. So if that was what you were going to ask, I helped you out. But if that's not what you want to ask, go ahead and ask, right? I don't have cancer. I have alopecia universalis, which is basically just, I guess you want to, if I wanted to explain alopecia in layman's terms, I would just say alopecia is kind of a hair allergy. Your body has an allergy to your hair cuticles. My body, my immune system treats hair cuticles as if they were foreign bodies. So they see my hair cuticles and they're like, oh shit, what the hell is that? Get it out of here, and they kill them off before they get the chance to grow. So I don't grow hair at all. Um, Wanda said I was going to say alopecia, but you have eyebrows. I do not have eyebrows. I drew these on this morning. I have a tattooed eyebrows that I have to cover every day because the tattoo that I got has already turned blue. Don't get tattoos, y'all. Tattoos are, look at this one. This is an example of a ridiculous tattoo that I got when I turned 18. Why do we do things like this? This is stupid. And look at it. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Turned blue. Okay, so it used to be black and now it's blue. I was gonna say, yeah, that's right. Hightower gives fire. Thanks for the fires, Hightower 128. Yeah, so there's that. And thank you, Mike Harris, for sharing the live. I appreciate you guys. If you're on TikTok, please make sure that you're giving me a lot of hearts because I need those for the algorithm. One day I would like to start making some real money on this platform. So the more followers I get, the better. I am putting myself out there a lot by coming on here and talking publicly about alopecia. I just feel like at this point, it's time for me to do the diligence. I think the universe wanted me to come and speak publicly about hair loss. Otherwise, it wouldn't have taken the hair away from me. So I think I'm supposed to do that. So I was talking about clothes, right? So recently I started coming on live, just recently. If a year ago, I wasn't this public about my hair loss. I did have the channel, but it was kind of like halfway in. Like I had one foot in, one foot out because I would take the wig off, but just for moments, and now I just realized that if I really want to help other alopecia sisters and brothers, I really have to just come out with it. You know what I'm saying? So what I've noticed is I've had to change my wardrobe to match my bald head because my clothes, oh my God, my clothes were for hair. My clothes were definitely for hair. Even this dress, like I'm looking at this dress and I'm like, I don't think I would wear this dress. Yeah, I wouldn't wear this dress because it makes my head look small. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like once I put the wig on, it's fine, but without the wig, it's not. And I like for anything that I wear to look good, both with and without the hair, which is kind of a hard balance to find with clothes. So I can't throw everything away. This wig, this is a new wig. I haven't worn it out yet. I unboxed it the other day. I haven't worn it out yet because I know how to wear it just yet. It's kind of a lot and it kind of makes me look like, I don't know. What do I look like? I look like a MILF. Oh no, I look like a Mrs. Jones. Me and this is Mrs. Jones. I can't wear this wig yet. I'm not ready. I gotta do something. I gotta do something else. But yeah, so I've been spending a lot of time at the thrift because when you're trying out new clothes, I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but if you're not sure of what looks good on you, you could waste a lot of money on clothes. You get the clothes, you try them on, and you think to yourself, oh, I don't like the way it looks today. And I'll try it again in a week. And by the time you try it on again, it's past the return window. So you can't even return it. So you're just stuck with clothes that you don't wear. I think, so definitely that's why I choose thrifting. And also I get great things from the thrift. Like look at this bag I just got from the thrift, y'all. This is a Dooney and Burke Bitsy bag. Oh my God, I'm in love with it. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't wear this outfit, but if I was out bald. And no, I'm not going out bald, but I'm here with you guys. And I like to look good. So yeah, I wouldn't wear this outfit. but I am going out today with the wig on, so I can't throw all my clothes away, right? That would be just too much. Let me get my. This has got to be glue. This is the glue that I use to adhere the wig to my head. It's just gel, basically. This gel also, because I use the gel, that's another reason why I have to wash the wigs all the time, because the lace starts to act up when it has too much product on it, and it doesn't exactly rinse right off with water. You definitely have to wash them. So I've decided I'm going to be washing my wigs every 4 days. Like, I cannot go a week. I tried it, and the wigs just look really bad when they're not clean. And all I wanted to do was wash the wigs. Now I've washed the wigs. I'm so much happier with it. I'm not wearing this wig today. I'm not going to wear this wig until I pluck the hairs. I'm going to pluck the hairs. Maybe we'll do a whole video just for hair plucking. I don't know what I did with that hairline, but I kind of messed it up. I'll wear this one. Maybe I will buy this wig again. I don't know. I mean, I like it. It's just not as easy. But I like the way it looks when I refresh it. It does refresh really nicely, which I'm about to do right now. Once it's refreshed, and it needs to be refreshed every day. So heat friendly synthetics, they require daily heat. They're not just heat friendly, but they're kind of like heat reliant. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they start getting. And look, this wig sheds too much. For a $260 wig, it shouldn't shed this much. And $260, by the way, that was like the sale price. That was with the 30% off. So I'm pretty sure this was like a $300 something wig. Oh my God, I lost y'all. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't paying attention to you. And Scotans. That's a funny name. I like that. And Scotans says, you favorite Doja Cat. Beautiful. Thank you so much. I love Doja Cat. Yeah, I'm a Doja Cat fan. Ever since she made that song, Paint the Town Red, and in that song, she said something like, I look better with no hair. I was like, I went wild when I heard that verse. You know, I had to go crazy. I was in the car just like jumping up and down while I was driving. Crazy. But thank you for that. I'll go for Doja Cat reference any day. Oh, sorry. Teabag says, hi, babes. Hi, babes. John says, what caused it, Queen? What caused the hair loss? Genetics? I have no idea. Honestly, don't have any idea. Doctors don't know. That's how come it's a little difficult to explain alopecia. I can get all into the, autoimmune, blah, 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 blah. But to be honest, I don't know. Doctors don't really know. You know, like male pattern baldness. John, did you know that male pattern baldness is also alopecia? Alopecia is just loss of hair. So anytime you see someone who's lost their hair, they have alopecia. It doesn't matter. Even people who have cancer. I don't have cancer, but it's all alopecia. Alopecia is just hair loss. The cause of the hair loss, that's all different from person to person. Me, I've never been sick. Look at that. All that time holding that curling iron and doing curl. Let me wet it. I'll wet it. That'll work. I'm sorry. I've never been sick. Being bald is so weird. That curl was an example of how weird my life is. I held that thing in there for like 5 minutes. What the hell? Yeah, I've never been sick. The hair just literally falls out. Just falls out. Well, I don't grow hair anymore. Back when I was a child and I did grow hair, it was just falling out in clumps. Just clumps. I remember I got into a fight with my sister. I was like 12 years old. Got into a fight with my sister. No, I think I was 11. I was 11 years old. I got into a fight with my sister. Like it was like bad fight. I remember we were like fist fighting in the house. And um my mom broke it up and she was just like, that's why you're driving me crazy. And then back then they used to have this thing called school lunch. They would give away free school lunch in the summertime. And I used to go to breakfast and lunch there. We're talking back in the long time ago. I'm not going to tell y'all my age today. I don't feel like getting into my age. But we're talking back in a long time ago. Used to go to free lunch at the public schools, right? So went to free lunch and free breakfast. So my mom was like, the two of you driving me crazy. So I just remember running out of the house. I ran out the house. I ran out of the house and I was standing online um, at the school lunch counter, right? And okay, this wig is driving me crazy, y'all. Why is it not holding a girl? I was standing online at the lunch counter, and there was a girl at the school, not like a very good friend, but she was a nice person. Like I remember her being a nice person, and her name was, I can tell you her name. This is how long I don't know why memories work that way, but her name was Rita Rendan. Hey, Rita Rendan, if you're out there. Rita Rendan was the first person to notice my hair loss. So, like I used to have big, thick hair, by the way, big, thick hair. It was like a lot of hair. Like my family and I, we're Caribbean. My dad is part Indian. My mom is black. So, you could imagine what that hair looks like, right? So we had this big hair. So I was at school. I don't even think I did my hair that day. I just ran out because remember I was fighting my sister. So Rita, she's standing behind me on the line. And she says, Jackie, what happened to your hair? And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And she said, it's all over your back. And then she like reached behind me and like showed me some strands of hair. And I was just like, I don't know. I didn't even know I was supposed to be alarmed. I was just like, I don't know. Who knows, right? So she just looked so concerned, but for some reason I wasn't. I don't know why I wasn't concerned. She just had this look of deep concern on her face. And so anyway, I get home, finally some sort of a curl. So anyway, I get home and I take off my shirt, not even thinking about it. It was like later that evening, I went to take a shower and I took my shirt off and I looked at my shirt and there was hair all over it. And I was like, what the hell? And I don't even think I told my mom. I don't remember what was going on in those years. I just know that was the day. And Rita Rendan, she was the one. She was the first one to notice it. She was very nice about it. It wasn't like she was making fun of me. She was just like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. But yep, that was the day. I wish I could tell you the date. That would be interesting. But it was definitely in the summertime because they only did that free lunch thing to the public in the summertime. So I know that. Anyway, that's what happens when you ask me a question, John Wick. John Wick. John Wick says, not everyone looks like. Wait, John Wick says, not everyone looks pretty without hair. You do, though. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope that anybody who loses their hair looks pretty with hair. Thank you, John Wick. John Wick says, just like that. I do hope that if you lose your hair, that you find your beauty in it. I do, because it could happen to anyone. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go and try to find some clothes that transition from bald to wig. And I'm going to try to finish up this ridiculous. I don't like this wig. I'm not going to buy it again. I told you I bought two of the same wigs. I was telling everybody that I was going to try a human hair wig. That was my big mission. I spent the entire day mulling over wigs on the internet. I went to Love Me Hair. I went to Ulofi Wigs. I won't go to any of the companies I've gone to in the past because they've all burned me. And that's really the reason why I don't buy human hair anymore. They're so sometime-ish. When it comes to the human hair wigs in blonde shades, which is the colors that I wear now, it is so sometime-ish. The companies, they don't always do a good job bleaching the hair and they damage the hair a lot of the time. So you'll get the hair and it'll look nice out the bag because they've done so much to it to get it to look nice. But give it a day or two or a week, sometimes just a day, and that wig starts to misbehave bad. And then you just spend the rest of the time you own it trying to condition it and make it look halfway decent because you spent so much damn money on it. And the companies will never reimburse you. They'll never accept a return. They'll just never do it. So I think I have PTSD from arguing with so many custom companies, human hair wig companies, about my blonde wigs that I'm done with it. I'm done with it. So I say that all to say I bought 2 more Zara wigs by John. One wig that I've been wearing steady for years, and I really thought I was going to stop wearing it. But I do like the fact that you can get the wig, you buy it long, right? And when it starts getting old, you just cut it. So you get a new hairstyle out of the same wig. Now, if I was to buy a shorter wig, which is what I was considering doing, like getting a nice bob, then you only have the option to go shorter. You can't go longer, or you could just curl it or whatever like that. But at least with the long wigs, you could start long, and as they get old, you can cut them. So you saw that I did that with my the 2 wigs I just threw away, my LUHD super wigs, which, by the way, if you're just joining me, those wigs did hold up pretty well. I was able to get at least 15 wears out of both the wigs. So I don't regret those purchases, seeing as the wigs were only $45 each. Okay, so guys, I think that's it. That's all I have for you today. I do have the Ball Girl News Report that I will be doing probably tomorrow, because there's not that much more information going on in the news right now. There's some stuff, but not big enough to talk about. Catch up though, because I reported on some good news topics just the past couple days, maybe in this past week, especially the one about hims and hers, that hair loss drug that's causing men to become like impotent. That one is, y'all check that one out because wow. And then just make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the kid. All right. TikTok shop, easy returns. That's what Wanda says. Really, Wanda? I'm curious. See, my issue with the wigs is not what they look like when I first buy them, typically. I mean, if I noticed problems with the wigs right away, I would return them right away. But the wigs don't start revealing their misbehavior until something like 4 or 5 wears in. And by that time, you've probably already done something that will void the warranty or the return process. You know what I mean? By that time, you've already added chemicals, or not chemicals, but your sprays to it, which I believe once you add sprays to it, once you put heat to it, once you do anything to a wig, you void the return warranty. Am I saying that right? You kind of void that. So yeah. Wanda says, yes. Yes to what, Wanda's? Yes, you can return it after a time, or yes, what? Curious. I'm really asking. So if I seem like I'm just, bombarding you with questions, I'm not. I'm literally genuinely interested in hearing what you've got to say about these TikTok shop returns. And I wonder what's the future of TikTok, by the way, because now they're talking about doing away with TikTok again. I don't know. This administration really has this country up in a loop. Wanda says a lot of times you do have to return the wig. Hang on, I'm about to burn myself. Sorry. I grabbed my curling iron, thinking that it was my mouse, and almost burned my hand off. A lot of times you do not have to return the wig. They just refund your money. Is that correct? Get the heck out of here. So what brand, Wanda? What brand wig do you recommend? Because I've been, what's the name of that brand that I always see? I think it's Lady Grey Wigs. No, not Lady Grey Wigs. Those are kind of like costume-ish wigs. It's another brand. But I've been eyeballing it, and another friend of mine, DW, if you're here, hey DW, if you're around, I know you spend a lot of time on TikTok because you have your own channel. So if you're here, you see this, How's it going, homie? But DW, he managed to get his hands on one of those wigs. Damn it, what was the name of that wig brand? But it's a brand that I've been considering for a long time. And he got his hands on one, and boy, did he rip the shreds. He was like, "Oh, this is not a good wig at all." And I'm like, "Damn!" I saw it. He showed some images, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I didn't put my money down on that." Yeah. So, what brand would you recommend? I'm so sick and tired of being screwed by these companies. Honestly, I've been screwed by so many wig companies. And the first thing you want to do when you notice that a product you buy, look, my eyelash is doing something crazy. The first thing you want to do when you notice that you're having an issue with a product that you purchase is you want to get on the phone and you want to talk to somebody. And when that somebody who picks up the phone starts gaslighting you and telling you that it's your fault that a product is no good, that shit makes me want to punch my fist straight through the phone. I swear, like I just, ugh. And especially if you spent a lot of money. I mean, if it's like a $40, $50 purchase, okay. But now we're talking about like over $100. I'm just going to keep buying my same Zara wig over and over and over again because I know what to expect from it. I know exactly how it's going to behave. Will I buy this wig again? The Tressalure? I don't know. Would y'all buy this again? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyway. Oh, Wanda says I won't buy Timu wigs. Oh no, those are jokes. Those Timu wigs are for what, costume parties? No, I'm not doing that. Likewise, my friend. Likewise. I definitely have requirements of my wigs that I think that cosplayers definitely don't. That's what I think those wigs are for like cosplay. Just putting it on to take a few pictures and go to like a fair or something like that. I wear these wigs every day. I do everything in these wigs. I've since, ever since learning about these tariffs and knowing that these wigs are going to increase in price, I've since started accustoming myself to being in a wig less often. So I spend more time bald. But there was a time when I would be cooking, cleaning, exercise, anything, everything in my wig. Like I would just put it on in the morning and just keep it on all day long. Yeah, those days are done though. I exercise bald now. I'm with my husband bald now. I mean, I'll put the wig on sometimes, but yeah. Let me not talk too much, but yeah, definitely bald more often than not. Ooh, I'm missing out. I'm missing out on my. Oh, John Wick says, "You going out? Looks nice on you though." Yeah, I'm going out. I'm just going to the thrift. I got it all dressed up to go to the thrift. I was at the thrift store last month, and I recognized this man. Right, I'm like, oh, this happened to me twice. So I recognized one woman and one man. I recognized this man, and I'm like, oh, this old man is always at the thrift. And then it occurred to me, wait a second, I'm an old lady who's always at the thrift. And I treat it like a going out destination. Going out. I'm going out. I'm taking my purse. And where am I heading? To the thrift. Let me get off this thing. Let me log off because I'm making a whole monkey of myself. Let me go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me.